My name is Alexis Marie Chute, and I am a Canadian artist, author, filmmaker, curator, and arts educator based in Edmonton, Alberta. I have always been an artist in the broadest sense of the term for as long as I can remember. I've always been painting, making things, storytelling. I've been told all my life that I should focus on one thing to become great at. That idea has never resonated with me. I paint, make sculptures and conceptual art. I use a variety of cameras as creative tools to tell stories and document important experiences. One of those experiences was the passing of my newborn son, Zachary. I documented the time leading up to and following his death and my grief journey using a Holga camera, expired medium format film, and through an approach akin to lomography. I drew onto the photographs and created light cubes, speaking to the idea of light as spirit. Reading is a passion of mine, and writing my own stories into books has been so fulfilling. My memoir, Expecting Sunshine, is my story of losing Zachary, structured within the 40 weeks of my pregnancy that followed. My fantasy series, the Eighth Island trilogy, chronicles the adventures of the Wellesley family as they are magically transported to a new world. Sharing these works gives me the opportunity to connect with people. While I could spend every day alone working in my studio or writing, being with people, inspiring them, and vice versa is tremendously rewarding. One of the main characters is 14-year-old Ella, who is ill and can't speak. She draws to communicate, so the books are hybrid novels, including illustrations. It was a natural transition for me into filmmaking. It brings together so many art forms, and I love collaborating with others to manifest the vision and have fun in the process. I have a formal education in art and writing, my Bachelor of Fine Art in Art and Design and my Master's in Creative Writing, but I'm a self-taught filmmaker. When I work on a project, I am involved in everything from storyboarding, costume making, location scouting, script writing, camera operation, and editing. I love bringing together visual artists, musicians, students, anyone who wants to be a part of something cool. Filming my book trailers was a blast, tiring yet so much fun. But I do feel drawn to documentary filmmaking again and again. Expecting Sunshine documentary was my first official film, and it was shot over years and with the help of over 100 people. My newest mini doc is called Of Love and Light, in which I interviewed Jordan Stonehouse, daughter of Letha Stonehouse, who was the first person to die in Alberta due to complications following the AstraZeneca vaccination. It's stories like Jordan's that I'm passionate about sharing. The hard, taboo, yet wildly powerful and life-changing. Many years ago, I looked back at the successes I had experienced in my career and wondered how I could help others. My husband Aaron and I founded an annual photography exhibition called In Focus Photo Exhibit, which is nearing the 10-year mark. We wanted to create a platform to help other creatives get their work out there. We presented In Focus in many public and commercial galleries at the beginning, but then built our own space at the Renaissance Edmonton Airport Hotel, and we've been there ever since. I also curate for the Multicultural Heritage Centre in Stony Plain, Alberta. The COVID-19 lockdowns began only 3 months after I started curating there, and so I quickly pivoted to creating virtual exhibitions and artist feature videos. During the pandemic as well, Aaron and I formally named our gallery space in the Renaissance. It's called Wild Skies Art Gallery. We have new solo and group exhibitions year-round. I also give back through teaching about art, grief, healing, writing, and filmmaking. This is a chance for me to connect with people in meaningful ways and help them break through their own creative, personal, and professional blocks. My current creative work is mixed media, mixed genre, but I guess that's not new for me. The pandemic has brought poetry out of me. That's how I've coped and acclimated to our new world. I've added my poetry to plexiglass, Polaroid film, cyanotype fabric, pages from children's books, and domestic objects like spoons, cookie sheets, coffee pots, and a bathroom sink I found on the side of the road. COVID is teaching me to be slow, say no, sleep long, love deep, choose joy, be free, adapt more, and clean the fucking house. I feel these objects express my personal exploration of my own feminine and creative identity. I had a religious cult experience for about 4 years in my youth, which taught me I was less because I am a woman, and sinful for my sexuality and bisexuality. I was taught to judge others and judge myself harshest of all. I'm on a decade-long joy journey of freeing myself through my art and writing. I love working with old and new processes. Does it look like shattered glass? Cool. For example, I make cyanotype prints using the sun to expose the photochemicals. Working with old processes and merging them with new ones allows me to create in a different way. It's slower, mindful, experimental, and often wonderfully surprising. I'm also obsessed with portraiture and combine this with my other loves: abstract painting, photography, filmmaking, and storytelling. I enjoy the challenges of representing the inner person on the outside, showing human struggle and resiliency. During the pandemic and physical distancing, I've turned my lens inward to create self-portraiture, drawing, collaging, painting, adding layers and layers of meaning. In these portraits, I continue to explore my identity. I trace where I went to school in Edmonton, from elementary to university. I work with drawing blueprints, using floor plans as a metaphor. Utilizing different materials, textures, and meanings, I explore the sense of changing self, post-trauma, healing, and rediscovery. I also photographed my husband and our 3 living children, all in similar green sweatshirts, and drew, painted, and collaged onto them as well. This work, even though it's about them, it's really about me. They're all so much a part of who I have become. Another project that's been ongoing during the pandemic is my Polaroid Portraits. I've photographed people in my community and friends I've bumped into at the grocery store. After I got COVID myself, friends from around the world, from New York to New Zealand, texted me pictures, and I used a digital darkroom to expose my Polaroids. I then drew on these as well, which was a helpful, small, portable project I could work on while dealing with long-hauler COVID. People often ask me how I do it all, and I tell the truth. I have great family and friends who support me. I've learned the power of deep focus and truly love what I do. Yes, I do a lot. I don't deny that. It all supports itself. My writing informing my art and my visual explorations making me a better writer. It's all connected. Before the pandemic, I took an acting class for fun, something I did as a child. Now, that's coming in handy as I record my audiobooks. I really love painting commissions and murals. Again, this comes back to people. Really, it's all about people for me. One of my most favorite things is hanging art commissions in people's homes and then getting to see the art where it's going to be living. It's a really fun process. And getting wine is good too. Even my mural painting at the Multicultural Heritage Center is about people. I created a vibrant and vibrating mandala that can act as a focal point to help individuals and the community focus, find peace amongst the pandemic, and discover joy right where they're at. I am a full-time artist, full-time writer, full-time mother to 3 busy kids. The creative life brings me immense joy, and I'm passionate about sharing that with others.